What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, what's happening to you? This is Eyes on Smash Bros Radio. If you have not done so, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to us. Also, we have an app. You can also download our app. Hope you have a good day. It's been busy. 2024, already in February. Can you believe that? Coming up on Valentine's Day. Also, if you have not done so, please go to Berries by Crystal. They have a fantastic offer coming up to you, very special. I think the deadline is tomorrow, the 8th. So please check out Berries by Crystal. It's a fantastic offer. You won't ever regret it. She's fantastic. She's got some good stuff. Also, Berries by Crystal has a truck. You need to check it out. So whenever you see it, check out the what they have in store for you on the truck. Got some good goodies for you. So, with this being 2024, we got to do some re-examining. We have to sit back and start looking at things. And how can we better ourselves? Because if we don't do it, then nobody else is going to do it for us. So we're going to have to do that. To see exactly what's what. And that includes across the board. That comes down to relationships. When it comes down to there is you need to check out Dewan Hall. There's a Southern Bully Showdown 2 coming up. Check them out. Southern Bully Showdown 2. And I will present that to you tomorrow, give you the information tomorrow, but check out Dewan Hall. It's fantastic. The manager's, he's just fantastic. So you need to check out the Southern Bully Showdown 2 coming up, I think in October. Is that correct, Dewan? Is it coming up in November? So check them out. It's a good show. It's giving individuals in the community a positive image of what the bully nation is all about. Because as in any type of group, you're always going to have those groups that are going to have a negative impact. And that's not necessarily true when it comes to a breed. So check out the Southern Bully Showdown 2 show coming up. I think it's in October, November. I will definitely have information for you tomorrow on the show. So, but check him out, Dewan Hall, DeJuanHall, Dewan Hall, Southern Bully Showdown 2. So that's coming up. Also, if you are a vendor, if you are a sponsor, he's looking for sponsors. He's looking for volunteers. So please contact him and help him out as much as you can. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you come let me know about that. I should never have forgotten about the Southern Bully Showdown 2. So Dewan is an example of what we're going to talk about today, about stepping out, stepping up, and fuck them. He has established a huge following and a huge connection to the bully nation. He has brought a lot of focus on exactly what the breed is all about. He technically he has stepped out, stepped up, and basically he's told everybody fuck you, because this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to do it. So prime example of what we're talking about. Prime example. There was when you start changing, when you start shaking things up, when you start evolving, you're going to have a lot of naysayers. You're going to have a lot of individuals who are going to ridicule you and tell you that you can't do that and you can't do this. And who says? Who says that you can't do whatever you want to do? It takes a lot of tenacity. It takes a lot of confidence to be able to do what you want to do. And Dewan is a fantastic example of stepping up, stepping out. Fuck them. And that's what 2024 is all about. 2024 is the year of the dominoes, or the year of fuck around and find out. Because see, as we grow, as we evolve, we're going to make changes, and changes are not necessarily always negative. Changes can help, can promote, can provide a better living to you and to your family. I have numerous examples of individuals who have stepped out, stepped up, and basically said, fuck them. Fuck you. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. If you got my back, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too, because I really don't need you. You got Ralph and Otis Mobley, House of Mobley, my boss that started Smash Bros. Radio 5 years ago. You have Nina Chanel, Joe Bars, Smoketown, Benny Hertz, Snipe Young, Chevy Man, Blackson Brooks, Berries by Crystal started out. And then all of a sudden, boom, started out as a dream, just started out as just, something to do. And look at her now. She has a truck. Benny Mac, Coco Moore, Livingston Gordon, Cameron White, Flossman. You have all of these diversities. You have all these individuals who wanted to follow those dreams, follow their dreams. And they took the faith. And that's one thing that you have to have. You have to have faith. Because in some cases, you're not going to have the support that you thought you're going to have. You're not going to have that. Because people are going to judge you by your past. And that's when you really find out who has your back. It's the same way with me. Who would have thought that I would become a teacher because of my personality? I don't agree with the zodiacs. I don't believe in them, but I have those characteristics of an Aquarian. I'm a blue blood Aquarian. I don't like people. I like being by myself. I want to be invited, but I don't want to go. I don't like crowds. But look, I had 25 years of teaching. Because see, when I was in my classroom, the classroom was my stage. And I like teenagers better than do adults. And then I was able to be a teacher. I'm the first to have a high school diploma, the first to have a college degree, graduate degrees. Started out with Roger Cheney's podcast, then went from there to listen to OZZz, which Cheney produced. Then I went to Jonathan Crumb's Outlandish Crew. So who would have thought that I would be venturing into a different area? I sure as hell didn't. I was not looking for this. I wasn't. I wasn't looking for this. Cheney started it. Jonathan continued, and I still continue listen to OZZz even while I was on that Outlandish Crew. And then out of the blue, my boss, Ralph Mobley, called it and asked, "Are you ready to do a show?" I didn't know anything about a show. I had trouble getting everything connected and wired up for the Outlandish Crew on Saturdays. Ralph, one thing I learned that was fascinating because I could call Ralph and tell Ralph that I'm having trouble, and he could connect to the studio's computer while he's at the house. And I found that fascinating. So Ralph most of the time helped me through getting everything connected. And then I think was it 3-4 years ago, out of the blue, he calls and asks, "Are you ready to do a morning show?" I didn't know anything about no morning show. But look at me, 64 years old. 64, turned 64 January 29th. 64. So I started doing the morning show. And then from the morning show, now Ralph has given me permission to do the show here at the house. So see, you have to have a lot of confidence. You have to have a lot of tenacity. Because see, my main thought is if someone believes in me, hey, Destiny, if someone believes in me, well, then I got to make damn sure that their belief has substance. So I couldn't prove Ralph wrong. I didn't have any other choice per se. I couldn't make him wrong. Because see, Smash Bros Radio is a brand. And I have to make sure that that brand is substance. That brand has has the substance that is required. Have to. Learning how to. And I mean, you know, we're on what we call StreamYard. And so for me to learn a new way of doing, I mean, at 64 years old, all I want to do is sleep. That's what I want to do. I love retirement, but everyone has the gene for success. Everyone does. It's embedded in us. It's in our DNA. It's how it's the people we socialize with. It's our surroundings. It's an environment. It's how we were raised. And there's been individuals who have been in the worst condition Oh, I appreciate you, because that was I didn't know if I was doing good or not. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So, but it keeps me young, because when you do not use your mind, you lose it. And at 64, I retired in 2013. I don't have time to get sick. I don't have time not to enjoy myself. Don't have time. And you can do it too. You have this dream, and you've had this dream for a number of years, but there's always been something to hold you back. People around you, 9 times out of 10, they don't want you to change, because they are familiar with you being the way that you are. See, when we go to high school, we have certain friends. And then once we graduated, those friends that we've had somewhat go away. Then we go to college, or we find a career, we have a job, and then we connect again. And then once we proceed to college or to higher education, those of the past drift away. Because see, we have nothing in common with them. We don't have anything in common with. And most people, especially our family members, want to make sure that commonality is still there. What right do you have to be a comedian, or to be a rapper, or to be what right do you have? I was raised with you. I don't want to do it. Well, then that's all well and good. You don't have to do it. It's what I want. So in 2024, we have a lot of modifications, a lot of changes that we have to do. And if you want to step out and step up, well, then you step out and you step up and you do you, because you're doing it for you. And see, sometimes when we have this journey, sometimes the journey isn't for everyone that was in our life. Sometimes the journey is only for us. And yes, once you step out, there's a possibility that initially, the first time go around, that you're not going to be successful. Okay, big whoop de goddamn deuce. Okay, but you've never done it before, so how would you know? So you take that learning experience, because I don't look at it as being a failure. I look at it as being success, because you finally found yourself, found that confidence, found that tenacity to finally step out. So okay, yes, you're wounded, yes, you feel hurt, yeah, okay, good, okay. What did you learn from that? And you start over again. And then again, you may not be as successful as you were, or what you want. That's good. But you've learned something from what you learned from the first time, you add to the second time, and you modify it, and you learn from it. And it should give you enough of tenacity and enough of determination, like, okay, I'm not going to let this kick me. You can't. So you do it again. And you have to keep in mind that once you step out and you step up, 5 year is usually the going years, because the first 3 years, you're learning exactly what you want to do, because you've never done it. And in that time, maybe you have an idea or an image in your head, and you do it. And so what you learn in those first 3 years, your fourth year, you apply more so. You make those little tweaks. So in your fifth year, you're going full speed, but you're learning at the same time while everything is going on. You're learning, okay, this needs to be improved on. Okay, well, there's a shortcut, but it's a good shortcut, because keep in mind that all shortcuts are not always good, that are not always beneficial to you. And then two, You have to understand you have value and you have worth. And you have to love yourself. You have to. You have to know that I'm a valuable person, that I am worth everything that I want. That's why every morning I try to say the song of OZZz. Bless me extensively, abundantly. Understand that. Bless me extensively, abundantly. Because see, God wants his followers to be successful. Not, you see Satan's folks, but God's the same way. And also we have to keep in mind that when we pray, it's done. When we pray, it's done. When you have this idea, you claim it. You breathe it, you live it. It becomes your essence. So when you pray, it's done. You don't allow this negativity, these naysayers to invade your prayer, because then there becomes doubts, and then when there becomes doubts, then there's negativity. So technically you have abandoned, you have taken back what you've given God permission to do. So when you pray earnestly. You pray from the heart. Give me knowledge, give me understanding, bless me excessively, abundantly, enlarge my territory, bless those who would cause me harm. Because you'll be surprised of the individuals who don't want you to be successful. But it's your dream. And like I said before, sometimes your journey isn't for everyone. It's just for you. That's when the attitude "fuck you" comes in. And you have to have that type of mentality. You have to have that type of understanding that everyone's not going to agree with you. And for you to even think that they're going to agree with you, I'm sorry to tell you that they're not. They're not going to. And anytime there is, anytime there's no question or anytime there's no reasoning, it has to do with jealousy. Jealousy is a motherfucker. Ooh. People can have more than you, and still there's something about you that they want. And they're so obsessed with this jealousy that they would throw themselves off the cliff as long as you don't get it. It's mind-blowing. When I first started, I had a lot of naysayers. What right do you have to have a morning show? Because see, I didn't understand the concept of a morning show. I didn't understand the definition of a morning show. And in most cases, the morning show is the anchor for the station. The morning show is what provides the foundation to a point, quote unquote, to the station. Because if you have a good morning show, people are going to stay on lift to listen to see exactly what the station is all about. And so you have to keep in mind that Smash Bros. Radio is the only operational digital radio station in Jefferson County. Only digital radio station. Can you imagine? And then to have an app. I mean, it's mind blowing. So you have to have, how much do you want this? How much do you want it? How much do you want it? How much are you willing to give up? Because you know, people argue about it's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top for a reason. That's why when you start achieving, when you start being successful, you have to look at your circle. Who is just riding your coattail? Who's on the bandwagon just for now? Or who's there pushing the wagon up the hill? Who has your back? Who can you depend on if something doesn't go through? Who can you depend on? Who can you use as a sounding board? Who has that listening ear? And 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, it's going to be a stranger. It's not going to be your home folks. It's not going to be your family. It's not going to be your homies. It's going to be a stranger. Because, see, those individuals know you from your past. See, the elders are always going to see you as a child or as that little boy, that little girl, and that's all they know. So, see, your homies, your home folks, your friends, they see you from the past. They're familiar and they're common with how you were in the past. What you did in the past, you may not want to do. You may not want to hide in the closet. You may not want to do, drink and smoke and all that because you have higher ambitions, you have endeavors. When I started the school over at Alabama State, my dean left in my first yearbook quotation by Henry David Thoreau. If a man advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live that life which he has imagined, he would meet success unexpected in some common hour. I didn't know what the hell she. Dr. Moore was so sagacious. She would talk over my head because, see, I wasn't ready. I wasn't mature enough to understand what that quotation meant, the power of that quotation. And it took me to be in my first classroom to understand. If a man advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live that life which he has imagined, he would meet success unexpected in some common hour. See, I always had a dream since the third grade of being a teacher. I had dreamt of how I wanted my room to be arranged, how my room was going to be arranged. See, I was always the first of one of five to always be at school. I usually got to school around 7:15 to get my mind straight for the day, to prep myself. And see, my room was up on third floor of Lincoln Elementary during the time. And I would have my windows up. And see, the third floor, my room overlooked Tuxedo Junction. If you're from Birmingham, Tuxedo Junction is a fork to where people can go to Huntsville, can go to Tuscaloosa, can go to Atlanta. So see, my room was up on third floor, and so I would see the traffic. I would hear the youngsters because, see, during the time in '88, we were K through 8. And to listen to those children, to listen to the angelic laughter, to those angelic sounds, that's fascinating, fantastic. Then something told me to look around. And there it was. My desk was in the center. The students' desks were arranged around my desk. There was 2 desks that was beside my desk because I figured that there was always going to be two students that were going to need a little bit more attention than others to keep them out of trouble. So then it hit me. This is what I have always dreamed for. My desk in the center, surrounded by my students' desk, with two desks on each side. And that's when the quotation hit me. If a man advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and lives and endeavors to live that life which he has imagined, he would meet success unexpectedly in some common hour. And I was there. I advanced confidently. I knew I was going to be a teacher. I knew I was going to teach in Birmingham. I knew that I was going to have my master's and or my doctorate before I turned 45. Now, I still got those, but it wasn't at 45, but I still got them. Became a teacher. I got a job in Birmingham. I got my master's and my doctorate. Now, the last one, oh boy, but that's what I want. I prayed for it. I know I'm going to get it. Don't know when. And see, that's another thing we have to keep in mind. When we pray, we have to understand that it's done. So it's not going to be done in our time. Understand that, because God has his own time, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, depends on how you look at it. So the last goal, the last endeavor was to go back to Alabama State, my alma mater. And initially, I wanted to be the actual first white president, because there were presidents before, but back then, blacks couldn't hold office. But then I started thinking that no, I don't want to be president, because technically, president doesn't have any power. It's the board of trustees that have the power. So my last goal and dream endeavor is to go back and be on the board of trustees. Now, I wanted to be the first white. Well, that fell through. So I don't know if I would be the first white alumni. Doesn't matter. I still want to be on the board of trustees. Am I going to get it? Hell yeah, because I asked for it. I became a teacher, working in Birmingham, getting my degrees. So the last thing is to go back and be on the board of trustees. That's what I want. I dreamed it. I live it. I breathe it. I believe it. I claim it. And that's what you have to do in 2024. You claim it. You accept it. You breathe it. You live it. Because you want it. And I mean, who says you can't have it? No one can stop you. No one can stop you. They may want to, but they can't stop you from getting what you want. And while you're wondering and all, you can take this time to research to see exactly, or you can talk to individuals who are doing what you want. If you want to be a comedian, ask a comedian what it's all about. It's not easy, trust me. Because you see these comedians, you see Flossman, you see Benny Mac, you see Cameron White. They make it look easy. But it's not easy to be a comedian. You got Nina Chanel, Joe Bars, Chevy Man. It's not easy to be a rapper. Then you got Smoke Ham, you got Benny Hertz, Snipe Young. It's not easy to have your own production company. It's not easy at all. And what if they did not have the determination to fulfill their dreams? Do you know the loss, the emptiness? You can do it. You just have to want to do it. You just have to. Because, I mean, claim it. Pray for it, claim it, live it, breathe it. Let it become a part of you because you can do it. I mean, again, I have a morning show. 64 years old, and I have a morning show. Who in the hell would have thought that? And doing it in my house. I would have never thought that my guest room would become my studio. And if I can do it, I know you can do it. 2024 should be your year of change, modifications, revamping, rearranging, rethinking. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to your relationships with your family, when it comes to relationships of your friends, because understand that once you become successful, once you start advancing, once you start gaining what you want, you're going to have people who are always going to say, no, you can't, you can't, you can't, you can't. Why? Why can't I? And you have to start looking at your circle. You have to start re-examining your people and who actually has your back or who's holding you back. Yes, we were homies. Yes, you hid in the corner while I was having sex with this girl and we had the lights off. Okay, good. Okay, we had a damn good time when we were teenagers in high school. I'm grown now. I have a family to provide for. I've been blessed to watch, to witness individuals to grow from being hardcore thugs to being productive, vibrant, giving back to the community entrepreneurs. In 88, I had Crips, Bloods, and Disciples in my classroom. And to watch those young boys become men of substance. Now they will remind you in a heartbeat, oh yeah, that's what I used to do. But that's not me anymore. But understand it's still there. It's still there. Don't be don't be don't be fooled. I still have that dog in me and I would still whoop your ass. It's just not part of me no more. And that's how you have to be. You have to make those changes. As I mentioned earlier, 2024 should be the year of getting yourselves together, stepping out, stepping up, doing you. Do you. In most cases, the elders are no longer part, are no longer center of your family because they're gone. So what was is what's left. The traditions that were started back then, the traditions and cultures and all that, you don't have to do anymore unless you want to. That one aunt that was always the bitch of the group that always caused havoc. You don't have to accept that anymore. The reason why you accepted it was because it was your dad or your mom's sister. And usually it's either the middle child or the baby. You don't have to accept that no more. It's time for you to set boundaries, to let people know that this is it. What was, it was. I had to put up with you while mom or daddy was alive. I don't have to put up with you now. And I'm not going to put up with you now. And either you change, or you change and you don't do what you're doing around me. And if you don't care. Hey, darling. But you have to want it. You have to want it. And you got it in you. I mean, you dreamed it. I mean, if it wasn't, if you didn't have it in you, you wouldn't have dreamed it. You wouldn't have thought about it. You're never too late. Look, I'm again 64 years old and I have a morning show. It's not too late. It's not. It's not. How bad do you want it? Yeah, I did. I did. I did. I had what is it? Cataract surgery Friday. So I'm doing good. I haven't had any problems. So yeah, I appreciate you. So, but I mean, you never know if you don't try. And again, ask individuals who are doing what you want. If you want to be a comedian, ask a comedian. If you want to run a bar, ask someone who owns a bar. If you want to be a baker, whatever you want to be, either research it or talk to someone who's been in it. Prime example, smart tax. The Hortons, prime example. Oh, that reminds me, if you if you're looking for someone to prepare your taxes, check out Smart Tax. Let them know that I sent you. Successful. You think success. You dream success. You breathe success. You dream success. It's part of you. But make sure that you look around and make sure that you keep those individuals who want the best for you are always in your circle. And understand, as you grow, as you become more successful, as you progress, your circle is going to become smaller. Because in the end, you owe no one nothing. Nothing. You owe you. That's the only person that you owe is yourself. You owe you. And only you can do it. I have faith in you. I believe in you. If I can, at 64 years old, have a morning show on a digital radio station, you can too. You can do anything that you want. And again, understand that sometimes you're not going to have the support that you thought that you're going to have. And that's all well and good. You don't need the support because you believe in yourself. You love yourself. You know you have value. You know you have worth. Now, if you have individuals, that's good. If you have a support system, that's good. But not all. But everyone doesn't have that support. But you can do it without any. And you'd be surprised. You may not have known that it was in you the whole time. You'd be surprised at how fast you start off. You think that Coco Moore, when she started her beauty supply or her beauty, what is it, makeup and all, do you think that, and if you need, I mean, can't get any better than Coco. Can't be any better than Jennifer with with cosmetology. See, people, natural, free is what is it? A masseuse, and you need to check out Free. She's fantastic. She does yoga and also she does massages. And most of these were created during the pandemic, during the COVID. When everybody else was sitting down wondering whatever, you had individuals that were starting their own businesses because they believed in themselves. They knew their value, they knew their worth. But they make it look so easy. But you can too. I have no doubt that you can. You step out, you step up, and you say, fuck you. You're either for me or against me. There's no in between. You go in it earnestly. You go in it with a learning spirit, wanting to know more, because understand again, first 5 years you're learning your craft, you're learning your business. And everything that you have goes back into your business. The next 5 years, you still are not able to have any income per se. You may have a little bit, but everything goes back into your business. Everything, let's say first 10 years, the first 3 years you're learning, fourth year, you're putting everything in order. The fifth year, you're trying everything. And then the sixth year, you're modifying. And so you're putting everything back into your business, back into your dream, back into your endeavor, back into your goal. Your 10th year, you see a little bit improvement because you have from the first all the way to the 9 years, you're always learning, you're always changing, you're always modifying, you're always bettering yourself. You're connecting. You're making your connections in the business world, in the community. You're learning what you want. And then the next 5 years, and probably in the 15th year, you finally seen a profit to where you're paying yourself. But don't think that the first 10 years you're going to boom. In some cases, you might. And those are rare cases. But right now, all you're trying to do is live your dream, create your dream, be your dream. That's all. That's all. That's all. But you pray, you ask God for guidance, you ask God for understanding, you ask God for strength, and you leave it alone. It's done. You're going to be successful. Enlarge, bless me excessively, enlarge my territory abundantly. You leave it alone. Then you start. You claim it. You live it. You breathe it. You don't listen to those naysayers. And the first time you hear a naysayer, cut them loose. See, I burn bridges. People say don't burn your bridge. I don't give a happy goddamn about bridges. Don't. I don't need. I don't need. Nor am I looking for any type of negativity, toxicity in my life. So if you started, you're going to continue having it. Don't have time for you. I severed the ties. I don't cut the ties. I severed the ties. Then I burn both ends so that way they can't be tied together. I burn the bridge down. I get a huge caterpillar bulldozer. Then I tear up the foundation. Then I fill it up with debris. So that way a bridge can never be built again. I have no problem in burning bridges. Because once I'm through with you, and see, that's one thing that I guess being an Aquarian, once I'm through with you, I'm through with you. You're irrelevant. You're insignificant. You can provide nothing to me. So why would I have you around me? If you can't believe in me, if you can't have my back, you can't be a part of me. I don't care if you're my first cousin and we were raised together. I don't care if you're my mama, don't care if you're my daddy, don't care if you're my auntie, my uncle. If you can't support me and believe in me, you can't be a part of me. And that sounds harsh, but that's how you have to be, especially now. You can't take shit from nobody. You step out, you step up, you do you, and you fuck them. 2024, rearranging, modifying, revamping, doing you. I mean, most of us always put everyone else first. Well, no, we ain't got time in 2024. It's time for you to allow yourself to put you first, to do you first. And then if you have any time and energy for anybody else, then cool. If you don't, okay. And once you vanish, once you have stepped out and you're no longer available, see how many people come around. Once you start changing, see how many people start coming around. Because 9 times out of 10, you don't have to cut them loose. They're going to cut themselves loose. But I always remember that quotation by Henry David Thoreau. If a man advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live that life which he has imagined, he will meet success unexpectedly in some common hour. You walk in confidence. You walk with value. You walk with worth. You have that image. You have that stance. You have that aura that people know that, oh, can't mess with them. You have that love for yourself. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Shit, if I can have a morning show, you can do anything yourself. You have value. You have worth. You are the one that controls anything about you. And most importantly, you're the one who knows you. Because you can do it. You can do it. I appreciate you stopping in. I will see you tomorrow. Usually I do it on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, but since I'm here in the house, I'm going to try to see how well I do on Thursdays. But I appreciate you. If you have not done so, like, follow, share, subscribe. You can find Smash Bros on Instagram. You can find them on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. As for me, you can find me anywhere. But I appreciate you. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Peace.